thing is, you genuinely, in that moment, you get so annoyed. Like when Popstar was trying to grief you yesterday. Yeah. It's like, what are you doing? And that's the question that we ask of OG.
What are you doing, OG? Can you figure out a way to be able to deal with no one the rest of Virtus Pro?
And ooh, spicy.
Another Techies pickup for Virtus Pro.
They did this last time. This exact combo.
Mars Techies.
Yeah, it was Mars. But OG doubled down,
yeah, it was
banning the offlaners. They added the Pengo in there this time, so they're going to force Rezo onto a different hero, the Axe. But he's played the Axe this tournament and done very well. So
yes, it was the game after that he played the Axe, the one where they didn't kill the Dazzle when they were supposed to. I thought they had Techies in that game, but was it the game before?
It was the game before, because they had the Mars Techies combo, which I think is the best of all the combos.
That was against Cyber Legacy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Zayats, I think, plays a really good Techies, though. Very aggressive player.
Yeah. And he's got a pretty decent combination with the Axe, and they took away one of the best protectors of the egg away from OG.
OG's turn to ban.
Let's not forget Techies, oh, never mind. It's attack damage talent that he has at 25, right? For some reason I was thinking attack speed. The counter to the egg. Techie
250
from long range.
That's CM. CM gets the like 200 attack speed or something at level 20, I think, even.
All right, well, they go back for the Chen. Chen, hopefully it's a better game for the Chen. It is a nice hero against Techies, but...
Yeah, I always like to prefer to see a 5-position Chen this game. Just get the Hedras, secure your safe lane. This Techies is going to be spamming Blast Off and just harassing you over and over again. And I think a Hedras Chen, not a bad approach to that lane. Get some core that has some sustain and just try out-farm them in lane, maybe.
Battle Hunger spamming and such. You're going to need some regen for sure.
Some kind of...
You good, Blitz?
Yeah.
I could still hear Brian talking about it. I could just hear Brian still
barely hear some profanity. The mold.
He's so much mold.
Grant, say it, dude.
Say the line.
Say the line.
All right, our second ban phase. VP. What do they need to make sure OG doesn't have here? What's left in the off lane for these
OG?
boys? Tidehunter?
I think 7, but I mean, we've seen him play a lot of heroes. The Tidehunter, the Brewmaster last game.
It's a pretty good Lone Druid game, too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'd be down for that.
That's if they're willing to run Chen as a 5, which I'm sure Noto can play.
And then they can run, I wouldn't mind seeing the Lone Druid like up against the Axe or something. You'd have an option at least to flex in mid or other side lanes. Grimstroke.
They love this hero.
Yeah, and they've got so many pairs to run with it.
Yeah.
I think Ricky's really good. It's really good against Phoenix. You could also run, let's see, you could do Wraith King.
Yeah, I think you have even just Axe alone to me is enough. Like once you get that Blink Call with an Inkswap follow-up, like you can just pick whatever carry you think's best for the game.
Jug is pretty good too.
Yep.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Jug versus Phoenix sounds definitely nice. No, there's a Monkey King though. One hero that you have to consider how you want to address.
I don't be able to deal with the Axe okay, but I wonder if Axe Techies might be too much for a Monkey King. Guess we'll have to see.
That's a lot of burst damage.
Yeah, pretty scary. I could just as easily see that lane being owned by the Axe Techies and then Monkey King being too afraid to ever get those Jingu stacks up.
So the cool part now is like OG have first pick. So you're starting to really see like why first pick matters so much, because you're gonna at least minimum see what the heroes that you're going to be against are before you reveal that the Chen was a flex, or if it's just simply going to be like your mid/offlane Chen. So they take Troll.
It feels like this 4th pick for whoever is 2nd pick is always just some stable core that doesn't get hard counted too much by anything. Or like, it's like you just pick whatever the stable laning core is here, whether it's your mid or your carry. It's like where you often see Kunkka picks come out for the mid lane, because like, well, it's a Kunkka mid, does okay versus most things. Troll carry does okay versus most things. It's just a good laner.
5 seconds remaining.
You see your safe lane and off lane matchups right now. So you can see a sub like, okay, I'll be +1 against like Troll or Troll Grimstroke, so they take Batrider, which I think is a really good pick against Troll Warlord. It's probably one of the best lane counters in the game, and their last hero cannot address it. Like, no matter what, you can't really counterpick this anymore, because you don't have the slot of being able to like flex an axe mid or something like that and pick like offlane a Batten or something like that.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
Do you think there's a chance we do see the Troll as the flexo could go mid? Obviously, it doesn't help you maybe countering the Bat because you are locked into your offlaner, but do you see potential for VP to use this 10th pick either for the mid or the safe lane, or is it just going to be a safe lane Troll?
I think it's probably going to be a safe lane Troll. What I'd like to see OG pick actually is like Lone Druid or something like that. I think it's pretty good against techies because he has something that can clear the mines before you die and stuff like that. He's really tanky, and I think the Savage Roar is actually really nice against Axe. Like, he just blinks in, you get your bear to come Savage Roar him. Your ulti is really good against all these heroes that don't necessarily burst you immediately.
10 seconds remaining.
It's a 33 hero too. I don't know if they'll pick Lone Druid, but
Yeah, I mean, as far as these OG heroes go, even now you don't quite know who's playing what. We've seen, obviously, 33 typically play the Chen, but No-Tail can also play it. The Batrider could be a core, can also be a No-Tail hero. Phoenix, we've seen 33 play mid once, but it can also be a support. So 3 of these heroes flex between core and support. Monkey, definitely a core, also flexes between safe lane and mid. A lot of question marks for
a good Beastmaster game too. I just want one of these heroes that has like Necrobook or this bear that just runs in and tanks mines and doesn't really care too much about matchups. Like, I think all of these options are pretty good for them.
OG's turn to pick.
Ban the Invoker, so no one's played a lot of that Quaswex Invoker, and there's the bear will.
Dude, I was calling it pick 2.
Here we go.
I knew it was going to come eventually. I think it has way too much value against techies. Like, if I saw techies and I have Quickfa, snap, like, I'm picking Lone Druid 100%. It's done deal. What? Leaked? Oh, leaked. I see.
Leaking your strats, yeah. And 33, that is one of his heroes that he plays, but I could also maybe see Sep picking it up too, depending where they want to end up running it.
So what are our lanes going to be for OG? Do you want that Lone Druid? I guess it depends on the mid matchup. If Monkey King can go there, right?
That sounds about right. I don't think the laning stage against techies is as much about the landmines. He's almost always going blast off level 1, and it's much more about how you utilize that spell rather than the mines themselves. Often the mines just end up feeding gold if you use them in lane too much.
Yeah.
So I think you're just waiting to see the mid matchup. If it's a bad Monkey King matchup, you send Lone Druid. If Monkey King gets good mid matchup, you can send him.
I think it's a pretty good Ember game. Maybe you're afraid of the root and stuff like that, but I think you need something like Invoker that just like goes in and initiates fights for you. I think you need a second way of starting these engagements. They take Quap. I guess that was another hero I could see too, but I don't think Quap is actually that good against Lone Druid or Monkey or Bat. Actually, I think he doesn't pump up enough damage in this game because of the Chen heal, and the Batrider Sticky Napalm is still really annoying. All these like blink based heroes where you want to like turn and blink or anything like that, it's really annoying for when you play against Batrider. And I think Lone Druid, you never kill him, and he has kill potential on you at all times with Root Savage Roar combo.
So is that enough for you to be siding with OG? You said the draft could solve many problems, but did it solve enough problems? This is still an OG that has stand-ins. Can they take down Virtus Pro?
Yes.
Much more even draft, I think, but I'm still leaning towards VP personally.
Okay. And it makes sense going with Virtus Pro at this point in time. They've been looking better and better as they make their way through the group stage, and we're going to see them here in a second game against OG. We're going to have the opportunity to join Grant and BSJ for that game too. Grant, say the line.
I will not cap, but thank you for asking. I'm joined here by BSJ and BSJ. We got Techie's first phase, and then, you know, we've got a lone druid. We've still got OG running that Chen. It should be a pretty exciting one. You see the odds dead even, 1.87 on each side. That's pretty even. Would you agree with that, or do you think this draft is one-sided one way?
I honestly think OG has the way better draft.
Okay.
They have absolutely
like
no
70-30?
Yeah, 70-30 approximately. I think they have absolutely no way to deal with Batrider. As far as I know, I don't think Queen of Pain really beats Lone Druid in the lane, and I've laned a troll against Bat. So unless I'm missing something, or they know something I don't in terms of maybe they're going to rotate the Techies at some point with that blast off to finish off a dive, maybe when Batrider's being a bit over aggressive. That lane's pretty miserable for Troll. I said going into this series I was concerned that the games were going to be good strategic wise, but they were just going to be one-sided stomps, and that happened in the first game, and I think that's going to happen in the second game, but the other way. Okay. So I am looking forward to being proven wrong, if so, because it will require VP to really out-navigate OG in terms of their laning, like avoiding the Batrider until they have the items to get rid of that sticky napalm, maybe smoking up and getting the initiation on this lone druid, because fighting through that bear seems pretty difficult for this VP lineup in the early to mid game.
Yeah, and we talked about 33, you know, one of the few heroes we've seen him play on other teams is his lone druid, so he has experience in the mid lane because of that, and we were worried, like, hey, he's an off laner, but he has played middle a lot. Even in Optic, he played it with the lone druid, so should have that experience. This Techie's Axe, I mean, what kind of lane is this going to be straight up? Is it just going to be super annoying for the safe laner, or...?
I have to imagine so. You should be able to regen through it pretty decently on Monkey King, but I think you just go for the Battle Hunger on Axe. You go for the best trade you can. You probably get an early blast off from Zayak right here. As you see, he's queuing it up. Two-man blast off. He's going to back off. Yep, get himself below half and then do it again. Kill yourself and run it back. 35-second cooldown, not all that bad. Has the headdress, he's right-clicking. This was my concern for Sumail, is he's just going to get hit a lot. Only one base armor, two with the stat items that he has. They did get the D-ward as well from Zayak, so it's really important he did that because they can't see him initiating that blast off.
Dude, why does Techies have 7 armor? I never knew that.
You didn't know that? Yeah.
No,
Techie's base stats have always been pretty good, other than the damage. His movement speed used to be trash, but now they buffed him up to 310 flat, so he's a pretty speedy guy. As he jumps in, has to Fairy Fire. I guess that's why he went for the double Fairy Fire build, and they actually can't punish this, so Zayak really pushing his hero to the limit here. I can only imagine how annoying this would be if I was playing carry, but looks like Sumail is going to have the lane pushed into him. Already has 4 CS, actually out farming Rezo, but I guess the Techies has actually stolen 5 of that CS.
Yeah.
So it's a bit deceiving there.
Blast off getting a ton. Middle lane pretty even. 8-1 versus 7-1. No one really running ahead with denies or last hits. Savage Roar to secure himself that range creep, even though he misses uphill. Plus, his bear's getting really low. Is he going to go down here? He resummons at the last second.
You can't resummon when it's taking damage, can you? Did he resummon that like right before the scream?
I'm not sure. I didn't see the plus gold, so he definitely got the resummon, but he must have then.
I almost had to watch that back. I thought that was the mechanic.
Thought so as well. So he must have done a nice play. Man, that would have been a lot of gold. That would have just like changed the lane. Bottom lane, Soxa.
Wait a minute, I just realized something.
What?
I'm gonna watch this back later, but I'm pretty sure what happens is when you level up the bear, it refreshes the bear.
Oh,
so I'm pretty sure he screamed it, then he leveled up and summoned a new bear between the instances of damage.
We got some, that's pretty sick play. That's what happened, but I believe you're right, because he did get to level 3 and did that. So.
Yeah, and I think really good Lone Druid players would make use of that. I've never seen it before, though.
That's sick.
That's a highlight for me. I've learned like 4 or 5 really cool mechanics. What was the other? We learned that Oracle ult doesn't allow you to life steal. And there was one more that we learned. I couldn't remember what it was. I was thinking about this the other day. If it comes to your mind, Grant, feel free to share with me, as we already have 3 CS leaders on the side of OG to start the game.
Yeah, a lot better, as you said, than the last game. Just securing these lanes. Not having a Chen middle definitely helps out quite a bit.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't flame the 33 Chen, bro.
I will not. If it's in the safe lane or the off lane. Yeah, well, Solo and Sox are just trading farm down bottom, and we're cutting creep wave. Seb's cutting bottom, Rezo's cutting top.
Techie's actually mined the creep wave and the creep camp to make a Resolution not have to take as much damage to kill them, so that's cool.
That's nice, and then we'll be taking that outpost bottom. Yeah, ILTW will get some creeps under tower. Troll doesn't mind this, right? I'm actually surprised. I thought you want to pressure him in lane, not let him farm into the tower.
My idea of Troll right now is Batrider actually needs levels to apply a significant amount of pressure with that sticky napalm, so you're going to trade with him, and then once you both get like level 6, 7, you wreck him. So that's what he's doing on Seb. He's actually farming a stacked big camp as well as a double wave.
Oof.
So even if he doesn't get all the CS because the creep camp, he take 1 or 2, that's so much XP for him.
And oh, there's gonna be a suicide in middle, and guess what? That's one way to do it. It works out. He's already helped his axe farm. He just helps his middle. Rezo's in a lot of trouble now, though, in the jungle. He might just go down to a couple more right clicks, trying to run away. Has the bracer. He does have a healing salve as well. Seb gets the courier on
Seb is level 5, just in case anyone was wondering. He's already a full level ahead of Troll, and he's not even pressuring. That's what Batrider does best. They can't really mess with him this game because of how powerful Sticky Napalm is. I'm going to be looking for no one to be rotating on him early to mid game with that ultimate at level 6, as he does bring down Phoenix as well mid. So it looks like mid suddenly turned into a bit of a liability for OG here.
Yeah, and actually takes net worth lead
Seb.
After getting that kill.
Seb is living the
Oh, the ticket! Oh, he thought
what if he just stopped it?
Dude, if he didn't got the, I mean, that would have been worth it. That's a Quelling Blade, Wraithbane, and a magic wand. That is a lot of gold on that courier. That would have been pretty funny, but he doesn't, so Troll will get his items. But as you said, this Batrider should be able to create a ton of pressure, and oh, Soxa goes for the cheeky play, the dive of stealing the bounty run, but doesn't get it.
So when you're going to cut creeps like this in the off lane, the counter play that's optimal for the carry is to creep wave into the big camp and farm both together. And what happened was OG actually blocked the big camp, and then they had to de-ward it on the side of VP. So this is really cool stuff. Both teams really
they're going to de-ward the de-ward.
Yeah. So the both teams are very aware of what both teams are supposed to be doing here.
But he didn't reblock the big pull, I guess. So kind of a, I thought he would
It'd be really obvious, I think. So he wanted to make sure they have vision if they're doing the camp, because at this point, Batrider can actually kill Troll and start farming this area because of how many levels he has. Almost level 6 already at the 5.5 minute mark.
You see Solo try to steal 6 frames, but you said it. No one needs to come and gank. There's going to be a slow. Oh, but he goes around the trees. The stun won't actually end up going out on him. He's going to try to just go in circles, but he will go down.
Really big kill.
Yeah, nice gank there by no one. Almost has those treads. He has the bottle, the null. He's feeling pretty good about himself, but Sumail right up there with him on the net worth, top lane. He's started free farming the axe. Can't do too much because, as you said, you're always going to have that lifesteal. You're getting those 4 attacks.
Yeah, Queen of Pain, really important to do this against Batrider in the early to mid game, because once he gets Blink, it's annoying to play co-op against Batrider, but Batrider has to walk in. You almost always get the dagger on him. Blinking and bursting down the Batrider is certainly a threat, because Batrider really does capitalize on his mobility to evade that damage. And Queen of Pain, she's looking. Sumail, maybe some trouble as Axe walks over, cancels the leap away.
Nice play, and he knew he was there because the outpost does show invis units. He's trying to run. Does he have another scream? He does, but he wands up. He's going to throw the ulti. I'm not sure if that's enough. He tries to dodge it. He can't.
The blast off snipe.
Be enough? No, he's going to survive.
Not
barely,
even close.
But he does.
They only level 1 dagger. Nice attempt, but to no avail. While he's been rotating, 33 is now ahead of him in terms of levels.
Yeah, and he has
CS.
and it's on his bear. Nothing on him, but on his bear. His bear's pretty yoked. Yeah, and he's going to go for this tower. Do you almost just kill it straight up?
Seb coming in hot.
Going for that bottom kill. Solo.
Didn't mean that though.
You're just dead.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to use the lasso.
Yeah, nice discipline not holding onto the lasso there. It's probably even worth not doing it just because of how good lasso is against Troll as well as Axe. It's going to be a free kill whenever he manages to catch one of them. Boots of travel, so that map presence from Batrider is going to be pretty scary in a few minutes here.
And we see Sumail going after Zayat. Will he be able to make it away? Yeah. Don't want to commit over there. They don't really have too much vision.
Tipping Soxa for suiciding.
We are for middle there. It's about to be a fight. Runs at one turn in, but yeah, that lone druid. Whoa, no one actually blinks in aggressively. Sumail, once again, it is only the level 1 dagger, so he's staying alive. Suicide and the bear is silenced on Savager. Oh, there's a Savager. Does he get off the Mask of Menace? Will he get permanently rooted? He throws out another dagger. No one still alive. I don't know how. He will get his blink off barely. They get the techies, and they get the plus 25 gold from that mine. I can't believe that Quap survived there.
They're still up by 1K though on VP. It doesn't feel like they are, but they
It
are.
really doesn't. And where's that all coming from? Is it? I mean, the troll is the top net worth. Surprisingly, he's not been punished.
Yeah, he gave him free farm on Batrider in exchange for his own game. Usually Batrider wants to prioritize his own momentum rather than pressuring the opponent unless he can't cut creeps.
And he pre-ink swells himself, runs forward to get a little bit extra stun. I love that. No Tail summoned him in, but Solo, I believe, saw him actually cast animation with their ward there.
You can hear
and
it
ran
too.
away, yeah. So well played by Solo, just getting out. And as you said, gold lead for VP, but a much closer game than last game. This isn't a 12-0 game right now.
I'm just keeping an eye out on Seb. He really is the carry for OG this game in the sense that his hero is going to have significant impact. I'm getting the Monkeys Forever 10th pick Batrider vibes here, where you can just lasso whoever you want off cooldown. And they have no way to purge your sticky. They have no way to purge the lasso. If there's ever like an Oracle or an Abaddon, you have to have that in the back of your mind that maybe they're behind their teammates, and you have to hesitate a bit, but you can just blink ult anybody you want, and he's going to have super early boots of travel pre 10 minutes from these two camps as he has an arcane rune farming him up. Pretty damn great game for Batrider here. Also has the keen optic. Other than the faded approach, is the best tier 1 item for Batrider in my opinion.
Just cast range and mana.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
Is he going to get the faded brooch?
We are watching as Align's kind of playing in all three lanes. Sumail just hiding in the trees. Techies is pushing it out with mines. It feels like Monkey and Techies are just trading farm bottom with No Tail threatening a kill. Middle lane, Bear's fine, and top lane just seems both teams are okay farming all three lanes at this point. But there's going to be the TP in from Batrider now. They know where the tech is. He's trying not to give it away. Seb has already TP'd in. Whoa, finds the troll. But
they're all here late.
He pops his ulti. Wow, he really wants to hit that Netsu, man. He's going to hold it. ILTW, I'm not really sure about that one. He just, what?
It was level 3 net, and he's like, I'm going to get it, but then he only hit him twice.
Yeah, so. I would just say a big misplay there from ILTW. Now the rest going to try to run. But the lane does get pushed out by this Techie's line.
Not exactly a misplay that you can take back.
Yeah, that was...
What you doing? You're in.
No one going to try to push in this middle tower. Obviously, Lone Druid has already taken his. He's going to try to push theirs as well. And it is almost half HP, but right again, Bear comes back, says, nope, we're defending. And so what do you do on this game? On either side of things, is OG, who's okay with this pace of game right now, with kind of everyone farming right now?
I think everyone's farming. You get Lone Druid's Deso for Roche. You can do it where your hero's tanking the Roche and your Bear's regenerating you up fast enough with the Deso. So they're going to probably look to force that. And you can just keep lassoing people on cooldown. I think that's really their game plan. So I'll be keeping an eye out for the Roche with the Lone Druid. And just keep an eye out on Seb's cooldown of his lasso. That's really going to be their go time. He's, instead of queuing up the blink, going for a pipe. I don't know how I feel about that. I think like Batrider mobility this game could just be really nice, but we've seen him go for a little bit of wonky builds that worked out really well the other day. So I'm not going to question two-time TI winner fluking Seb.
No. Bottom lane, some TP's in. Looks like Rezo just wants to defend. No one here as well. There's a lot of heroes in this bottom lane. 33, by the way, is level 10. The Quap only 8.
He's been forced to rotate a lot on Queen of Pain. You can't really sustain trade with the Lone Druid either. Like, heads up, if you're both trying to hit creeps, you're just going to get bullied away. Already losing the mid tower as well, so it's pretty standard that he just had to rotate around on no one. And you're seeing it in his net worth, not as much as his levels, because his net worth is keeping up just fine.
Yeah, it is. And once again, he realizes, okay, I got to try to make something happen. Then he pushes this middle tower with the double damage. All right. You got to watch out, though. Seb he's behind, and he has look at that movement speed. The windlace, the boots of travel, obviously, Firefly giving you even more, but
yeah, no faded brooch. Always a feels bad man on the Batrider.
And so this
do they have all their items?
Close to the blink now. Looks like it.
Yeah, they found them all, so he's not getting it.
Seb will just get shadow struck, and then they run away. It wasn't even Seb who got it, actually. It was the crate. And a lot of pressure being put in this middle lane right now by OG. Almost all of them around there. 33 just farming the jungle bottom.
So this could be a pretty nice timing for VP to just basically fight their way back onto the map. It's not necessarily a team fight heavy game for either squad. Much more about skirmishes, pick off, burst, and occasional objective pushing, but Troll doesn't feel comfortable hitting towers because he's against Batrider with no save, and Lone Druid Same thing about against the Axe plus techies and everything. There is a lot of damage to bring him down. But if his whole team's around with the egg behind, the lone druid goes really nice with the Phoenix because of that AoE.
Oh my goodness, he actually, I think, went for the Chen. Maybe they timed that perfectly. Sumail is going to be brought down, possibly Evolio. He misses the dunk on Rezo, and this egg is definitely going to be going up. Goodbye, Rezo. Sumail does die. Science goes down as well. It's a 2 for 1. And it looked like a good jump from the Axe, but unfortunately, level 1 dunk doesn't hit the threshold, and, well, they turn it around, and this will be an easy tower. Just like that. The action's going to be quick, it feels like. It's going to happen. People are going to live. People are going to die. Quick.
Maelstrom on ILTW. Basically, the poor man's version of a Battle Fury. It's just because he thinks he's going to need to participate super early on in this game. Needs that BKB ASAP. And I don't disagree with him here.
You watch him stack his own camps here.
Oh, no, he got it. Okay. He didn't stack the one, but he's good.
Let's see.
Iron Talon will speed up his farm a lot. And it looks like he's considering SNY later. Even if you have a BKB, you're still going to get lassoed. So you still want that status resistance on that one.
To hold it down. Middle lane looks like Rezo, Techies, and Grimstroke all kind of playing together. Obviously, you have the Ink Swell, Blink, Jump. You have the Suicide on the call. You do have a lot of damage, and they're going to go for it. There's Sumail. He will get called, and Ink Swell is there, but the rest of his team's coming up through. Is the heal enough? It is. You have a Chen as well as a Phoenix, and now Rezo's like, oh my goodness, I need to run. There's gonna be the boundless strike, the slow. Rezo still running, please save me, he says, but no, the bear runs him down.
Away from Lone Druid is pretty tough. It's a feeble task, honestly.
And they've done a good job of protecting this middle tower that has gone down pretty low, and OG,
Here's the roach
up.
Potentially.
Do they got the Deso up? They do. Going MKB next on the bear. Finally, someone's like, you know what? We don't need the True Strike from Rapier. We'll just, get the MKB.
Rapier might be a bit extreme.
On a bear?
Yeah, you definitely need the MKB against the Troll Warling Nexus. It's the only thing really stopping your bear from just dishing out all the damage at once.
Do you try to stop this, or do you just farm all 3 lanes?
How do you fight it? You can't kill Batrider, and you can't purge his lasso. I think if they choose to fight it, they're going to pay the price, but they are looking to potentially contest.
And they know what's happening. It should go down about 5 seconds. He's going, he gets a big split. It's on the 3. It goes wow. The big crumble. The suicide gets him out. He has to buy back. Roche is still alive. They're trying to survive. Zides gets the kill on Sox and no buyback from him. Do they go to the Roche pit? Zides will end up seeing Roshan is super low. He's going to die on Techies. The Bear's still doing work on Sumail. He wants to throw it on his ulti. Maybe just fight. Now they're giving up the Roshan, it seems. Maybe not. ILTW back in. Sumail throws out his ulti. Do you just disengage? You do. And this should be, I want to say it's a Roshan, but Blink Dagger up in 5. They should kill before then. 33's trying. Oh my goodness. They will all commit in and get the Aegis. I'm not saying anything yet. They do.
I don't mind the way they contested. That was super smart by them. OG was trying to scout out the possible blink from Axes. We might have more action, no. But VP actually wrapped all the way around and came from the separate angle. So I think OG felt very comfortable that there was no Axe blinking into that pit. But instead, Sumail is forced to buy back. So even though it seemed like a very difficult contest, they took a really smart angle. Surprised me. Surprised OG, I think, too.
Oh, definitely.
And at the end, they gave them the Roche, but it was not free, and I think that was really important, all things considered.
And it's kind of, you do give the Aegis to Sumail, but I'm looking at his items, and, well, he's going for the Radiance, but we see the fight here, and I mean, this is the combo I think God's talked about. Sometimes you don't need cores to help, because you just have an Axe, blink in, easy Ink Swell, egg. Unfortunately, level 1 egg, you're not surviving there, ever.
Top tower is under attack.
Techies with the spaces holding everyone in place as well. Once you get the higher levels of those Techies, mines, and wards, Roche pits are a lot scarier. Top lane.
A bit of a quarrel.
The Queen of Pain is here though, so you got to be careful if you're Seb. And Sox actually pings it out. He's like, yeah, don't go in.
Bottom outpost taken by OG.
So do you like this Radiance? Sorry, to go back to it on the Monkey King?
I think it's a nice item on Monkey King. I think
first item though?
I think you're either going to do it first item or never. Okay. It's an item that you're expecting one of your other teammates to be the one that runs in first, and then you're just your ultimate. And on the map, you're also allowed to take super passive farm. And I don't think really any item makes him more survivable if you really think about it. Like Echo Saber, maybe his ult's better, so he could have gone for that route.
Oh, they find Seb, but now they're gonna have to run away. Essendring is gonna get popped. Soxa though,
find Seb.
He found him. Yeah, I don't think he wanted to, but he found him.
That's a Batrider with Hood. I like that he's not finishing the pipe though. The hood makes him super tanky to all the crap that VP has. He can kind of just run in for his team, almost synergizing with that radiance coming out from the Monkey King. And now, once he gets the blink, he can also blink in without feeling like he's just going to die. I think he didn't go blink first because he was concerned that he might just get bursted down after lassoing somebody and not even move anyway.
We're watching poking and prodding at this bottom lane. You see VP, they're trying to poke at this bear. Well, the bear will get his first hits on this tower with the dragon scale, so extra damage being done.
Trolls can't fight until BKB, so they are trying to force the issue as much as possible. He's still a recipe away from that, and that dragon scale is incredible value, as you said. That is, he even went for the casual glove of haste on the bear.
Yep.
What else has he got? Oh, he's got 2,000 gold. Okay, I was like, when you click the bear, it doesn't originally tell you how much gold he has. I like the MKB also against Axe, because when it gets called on the bear, obviously Axe has a ton of armor, and the MKB's 75 magic damage on average per hit, which is very nice. Might be killing the bear with mines, chooses not to.
We have an ulti pop top lane. It will be a kill. Instead, that is 501 gold. I'm surprised they didn't give it to the troll, but yeah, it is still a big kill. Rezo gets it. What's he going for? He's going for a pipe of his own.
Sumail's getting gone on. He might have to buy back and bootstrap with his bear.
Oh no, will he get brought down? He's gonna get healed. That's gonna be the Aegis. Doesn't have the ulti. The Sev isn't buy back, and this is OG. They love buying back, but no 33 drop low. No one will he drop. No, he just blinks like a lot of armor on this Monkey King, but the troll might be able to bring him down before the egg comes off. He does. Egg will burst, and he's just gonna fly away after this. Maybe Centaur stomp 1, stomp 2. Bye.
That was
a great fight from VP.
Yeah, they're just picking and choosing their skirmishes really well. The only reason I think it's hard to fight OG right now is the Bat Rider, and he was dead. They picked him off. They had the potential. I love how Rezo is playing around his troll. That's the best thing about all that's going on right now is Saksa has no dive.
This should be, they don't have the most damage, obviously, if you're not, like, spinning, but they should have enough slow damage over time. Still has the Battle Hunger in 2 seconds. Gets the call of no spins. There's the Battle Hunger, though. He has a dive into. He's going off the map. Is he going to make it?
No way.
He's gone.
That's cool.
Goodbye. Well played there by Saksa. The old fly off the map.
I think he could have dunked him, but he didn't have it. So he hit the threshold, but it was on cooldown because I guess he missed one of the fight.
And there's the clumsy net going to get thrown out. Rezo, he's in trouble if he gets rooted up. It should be eventually, right? Hello? Any roots?
This is why I stopped playing Lone Druid way back when.
WTB roots. He's actually just not getting one. The RNG God's not there. It is. Will it be the kill? He gets the armor off. Can he juke and drive him in these trees? He's looking. He has the dagger up, but he's taking damage. Oh, he gets the blink off. Goodbye. So Rezo gets out of his boots by Saksa, and then Rezo does it right back to 33. In that forest.
Did he really, though? It's kind of like he could have just not taken 9 hits to root.
True as well, but he did make it away.
Yeah, it wasn't.
RNG's part of the game, Brian. You know that more than
true.
Most.
Yeah, just like in Settlers.
Yep.
God damn it.
Uh-oh, there's going to be a pull. Troll has ulti, has BKB. He will pop his ulti off. Is his team coming? They do. He has BKB. Does he want to get up? Oh my goodness, he's killed the troll. He doesn't want to use BKB. He does that. They're not putting enough damage. He's still alive. The ball is going in. Surprisingly, no tail. Alpha Wolf gets the kill. It gets brought down, but they kill everyone else. ILTW with the bait.
Sumail's Boundless Strike was on cooldown from, I guess, farming. It was 10-second cooldown when they lassoed him, so if they had that, he would have never gotten his ulti off, but because of that, suddenly paying the price 3 for 1, I think ILTW could have popped his BKB when he ulted, but he chose not to, so he did get down really low, and Alpha Wolf finishes him off, as we said.
Yeah. But I think they'll take that.
He's going AC on 33. I don't know about this anymore. The Bear, I don't know if it's going to be able to do what it wants to do in this game.
Which
with the hit people, the whirling axes. The whirling axes is just a nuisance. The nice thing about MKB is the proc pierces BKB, the damage. So you do still dish out a pretty good amount of damage versus it. As Zayak is setting up his camp here in the trees.
Oh, see ya.
Does Yule's the Mask of Madness off, so he won't be moving nearly as fast to catch up to him.
And we see this Techie's being so annoying. He's been able to OG, right? They're all, it feels like their playstyle, they love pushing in all 3 lanes. This Techie's done a good job of, like, he's been pushing 2 lanes by himself, Cute Mountain. It feels like OG, I never really see him stuck on their side of the map. In this game, they are. They are trying to move on down, connect up with Sumail here. Still no Radiance, so you've got this Relic, but honestly, until you get that Radiance, it feels like it's still kind of empty net worth. Sure, the damage is good, but...
Yeah, he's like effectively 2,000, 3,000.
There's a fight going on here. There is a. Is he gonna jump immediately on when he jumps down? No one. He will get lasted by Seb. Patience from Seb. Patience from no one. Oh my goodness. Both teams know what's going on, it seems.
Look at the rest of the map. There's just 2 waves not being farmed.
It is, and they are being pushed in on Radiant's favor, so Dire may be forced to do something earlier. Now he saw the bear. I'm pretty sure the bear's trying to hide, but he saw him. Yep. They just run away.
Both teams are hesitant. There's a lot of counter initiation, a lot of damage on both sides. So one misstep from heroes like Axe and Batrider, when you blink in, you're just going to die. And your team's going to lose the fight because of it. As no one blinks aggressively to the high ground with that DD Orchid. Super annoying for Batrider at this stage. Going for a potential Halberd. But that doesn't remove the Orchid, just makes it last less time. So if he gets Orchid at the start of the fight, it's going to be very difficult for OG to initiate. And although I favor the draft going in, I think for OG, I think VP has navigated the weaknesses of their draft very well. They just can't really fight this Batrider. They've kind of had to just feed him some kills here and there, but no one slowed down his momentum with that early movement. The Trolls and just staying off the map, went for the cheap man's Battle Fury into the BKB as immediately as possible so that he could fight. Really liking what VP done here. I think the game is probably going to get easier for them as it goes super late, but this Monkey King Radiance is going to be coming out soon. Does Axe have the pipe? He almost has it, so they'll be able to tank through the first 7 or 8 seconds of that Radiance burn.
Top lane, it seems to be where the movements, both teams have headed up that way. Seb hiding in the trees. He will get the last off.
Gonna die again. Too.
A ton of damage. Sox to go down the other side. LTW just gets pulled away, but he runs and he's like, hey, you got me, I guess. We got your teammate. And no one, I don't know if you can fight into him right now. He is doing so much. He has level 3 ulti as well. Pure damage, just straight up in your face. You have to be very wary of dropping that low because you have an Axe and that ulti from Quap. So much damage.
Yeah, they know they have no lasso, so with Yules, they're just not going to kill you fast enough. The only way they can kill him is like perma-rooting him because the boundless strike's just not long enough. And he has a dragon skill of his own, super value on these towers. 18 damage per second, that's a lot.
Who's getting it? Who's getting it? It'll be no one, of course.
How did nobody get it?
I don't know. That's a question.
It's all metaphysics and such, Grant.
And whatnot. Yeah, no tail. He has tranquil boots, so at least he does have boots. Some Chens just don't. 33.
Dig, no tail, dig. Dig for the south.
They run away. No tail will be okay since he is getting healed. Clumsy Net comes out onto Rezo, but it's Seb, you're just dead instantaneously. Oh my goodness, 33 gets pushed back. Sumail from the high ground. He does have the Radiance, so it is going out. Rezo should go down, possibly the Radiance. No, Essence at the last second. And no one just jumps in and kills No Tail. Any Orchids? No Tail, so I don't know. He has been a beast game 1 and 2. He's been a beast this whole tournament, honestly. No one is back in prime form, it feels like.
Oh, for sure. And I just love the way he was playing when they had no lasso. He was just cutting creeps, and it really set up this aggressive tier 2 tower push, which then led to this movement, and Rezo capitalizing on it really well. ILPW committing really hard in fights where he can, because the bear is the only way to stop him, and that Whirling Axe mischance, that's, you're not getting roots. So what's the odds of a root? Like 20%, I think? I have to see when bear respawns. But if you're missing 60% of your attacks, suddenly you're only rooting 8% of the time, Grant. And that's...
I even know numbers, and that's low.
Yeah, that is... Let's just confirm. Is it 20%? Yeah, no? 20%, yeah. So 8% of attacks your Whirling Axe are going to root. So very, very slim chance that he ever gets peeled off with that root.
Dire are scattered.
And that fear doesn't go through BKB, as he has the MKB finally queued up. Once again for 33. Stopped back for the Hyperstone, considering the AC, but I think he's realized very quickly that his bear is not hitting anyone, and thus he is pretty useless.
We get some items. Paladin Sword for the Dire. Repair kit, honestly, I think at this point VP's like, you never hate a repair kit, but you probably wanted something more aggressive.
Telescope's quite nice for Batrider.
Oh god, quickening charm techies. Jesus, that has to be the most annoying thing.
He almost has Ags.
Yeah, very
farmed.
As we said, he's been cutting creep waves top and middle. He's been cutting creep waves everywhere. Oh, there's going to be a lasso in. It will be the X. He has the Craggy Cone now. He is so damn stingy. You still don't have that Monkey King ult to fight into. You do have a gem on Sumail, so you have to be careful about that. They want to play together. Seb is getting a jump down. He's south on the backside. There's 2 put together. No one will definitely be able to bring down No Tail. And they get the dunk up on Seb. They're just running at him. And there's going to be the egg. It gets thrown down. Solo might die.
goes for it.
He does. Will he get it? Yes. Zion actually gets the electric from Techies. And there's going to be the Orchids up. See you later, Lone Druid. It is a buyback from Soxa, but I'm not sure what you're going to do here, my friend. You might just like, he gets the A before he gets uphill. That's going to be another kill on 7. And Sumail, no one's losing the fight.
The heal from
And the
Phoenix.
ulti to scare him away, it looks like. Watch out, there's a stasis trap, Sumail, behind that tree.
Suicide and get him. Do it, Spag. Do it. Wow, I actually can't believe Sumail lived there. That was a man fight of all man fights. With the Phoenix behind him, the Jingu Mastery lifesteal has the Jingu Mastery damage talent. Roche is up though. They have a Roche on this, or the ward on this Roche. Vampire Fang's paying mad dividends for ILTW here. He would never be able to do that without a form of lifesteal here. Plus Sanj and Yasha amping that by 30%. So Vampire Fang's 30% of 15 makes an extra 3% or so. That's not bad.
I would say so. Not too shabby at all. Going for the Satan next. We've seen this is late game troll. What, 70% stats resistance? It's pretty damn good, especially if you don't have a save. They don't have a save on your team, so you are your save.
And meanwhile, No Tail died.
Oh.
And that is an extra 5% for all the people in chat that are probably correcting me because they have nothing better to do with their lives. And we have Blade Mail coming out from Resolution. That's even more potent against the no BKB lineup so far on this side of OG.
Gonna take some damage. Dragon Skill will proc on it. And are they gonna get this tier 3?
Yeah.
Sure looks like it. Oh, and there's the sign. The sign is down. The Aghanim's from Techies is out. Guess what? You know there's mines there, but what are you
That's
gonna do
actually
about
pretty
it?
sick. I've never seen it used offensively because whenever I have a Techies in my games, they're just sitting in base hoping for the game to end. At least the other 9 people are.
God, what do you do against this?
Well, you can't commit on to Troll if he's in that
What?
circle.
Oh God, the meta. I didn't want it to change like this, BSJ, please.
Well, the sign duration's only 3 minutes, so they just have to wait it out.
Okay. And they're doing it. Seb actually looking around. LTW is going for the bear. Orbit Destruction gets found by the troll. Did he pick it up or did they get it?
You know, he got it.
Okay, I was making sure. The bear? Uh-oh.
Die so fast.
Bear is, yep. Oh, maybe not. They heal it. Does that heal the bear? I didn't see.
I did not notice either, honestly.
I'm not sure if it does. Well, I'll be watching for next time because I'm actually not sure about that one.
I know it heals Chen summons. I don't know if it heals other people.
Heals all allied heroes on the map as well as all units under Chen's control. It should then. From the wording, it should not. It didn't look like it did. So the bear, he's just running forward. There's going to be a lapso on the Queen of Pain. Has the cheat, has the ult of BKB. Can they just perma-stun no one? He needs to do something. No, he just died. And there's going to be the beast getting the ult of ILTW. You do have the Aegis, but you need to get out of there. Gets feared away a little and no wow. I thought he would ults or something, but he just goes down and now he's in a lot of trouble himself. He's used his ulti against BKB. Kill 33. Goodbye. Now he's trying to turn around. He does have the Orbit Destruction do a lot of damage. No way he gets out. He doesn't. Sumail ends up helping Sox get the kill. And now Sox. Oh no! Not like this, nerds. Oh my! And they get a kill outside, dude. The Techies. You act. Oh my God. Oh wow! Well played.
It's one of the best, man.
That's why they
tier
first pick it.
Techies. Yeah.
We've seen teams first banning it versus them as well. We understand now. God.
You just get carried away. You're like, we're winning a fight. No other hero in the game could punish this. And then, yeah, all your hopes and dreams just explode in a quick.
We see it here. Look, he gets lassoed in, and no one. He pops his BKB and ulti. I feel like he could have just blinked away, maybe, or even ulted himself instead of BKBing. But obviously, you're making these heat of the moment decisions. He goes down. ILTW almost survives even, running away. Obviously, Sox and Sumail hit him with those last couple of damage over time abilities, and then the pain happens. There goes ILTW, and here we go. I love it. He's pinging the entire time, too. Over here. And then Axe. I love it. Rezo didn't just run. He didn't just run away, right? They go back in. This is your 2 supports and your offlaner, and they're able to 3v5 you at the end.
I like how he ran away, making it look like he was really scared. As they see Lone Druid, they know he's here. They're smoked.
You just killed a bear?
No, you killed a hero.
And they will get him. That's going to be an easy stun. There's the Orchid. They get the fear off on one, but the Orchid should be enough damage to get it. It will.
No buyback.
60 seconds down. That is a...
No bear for 80 either.
And an Arcane Rune Queen of Pain with his ulti coming off cooldown. Good on the BKB as well.
I think they don't know if his buyback's up, but they know that there's no bear. So it doesn't really matter if he potentially buys back here as Troll. control. Just walking down the top lane, 15k net lead, by the way. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, VP is this last 15-20 minutes has felt like all of them. Some good fights from OG per normal, like that one in the base, but the overextension kind of nullified the good fight. And Seb, as you said, he is getting these nice lassos, killing the Quap that time, but you're going to have to do that every single fight to even stand a chance. And the odds of that happening, probably low, but it is Seb, so we'll see.
I just want to keep bringing attention to the kill that no one did on Seb early, because Seb was going to be at like 7.5 minute boots of travel, and there is potential for them to just feed off a 90-second cooldown, and ILTW may not have been able to get his BKB in time, and that just changed so much about the game. Most mid laners, they're not willing to just move around the map, basically saying, okay, enemy mid, you can have a 2-level advantage on me.
It's a lone druid, like he'll push your tower, and he was willing. As
yeah, it's just really good awareness of like exactly what his team needs from him. And I think for someone as mechanically skilled as no one, who also probably has like the cockiness and swagger to want to take over the game, it's basically selfless, right? You are sacrificing your own progression in the game, but by no means is his farm hurting, as he is right up at neck and neck with his own troll warlord.
Wow, big shoutouts to no one again.
Yules from Rezo, interesting. It does help him set up for his own call.
Yeah.
It also allows him to Yules himself when he's getting hit by Monkey King, so he doesn't
and there's
have to give him Jingu.
There's no BKB on the Bat Rider. Can't he just blink ahead if someone gets pulled and just Yules the Bat Rider?
Absolutely.
Oh, well, we'll see if it happens. No, because it's just the techies by himself, and goodbye.
And he's dead.
That is a decent amount of gold. Dude, Sox is getting a lot of these kills in this late game. He almost has the Ags about 1,000 away now. And goodbye, Seb. I just love the mass pings from him as well as he dies. Like, well, that sucks.
OG's kind of been clowning in a lot of these games, and you can't help but kind of laugh at him and just get more enjoyment out of it, knowing it's them.
Yeah, Becky's especially, you know, he's enjoying this. Will they get it?
Net. Oh.
He has the Satanic now, by the way. So SNY Satanic, his status resistance is at 44% right now. Stuns lasting half as long. Feels pretty bad.
They call the bear and they silence it, but they can use the fear from the hero itself. Yeah.
And do we have you or anything in that? Inkswell.
That's no bear for 40.
And that's 300 gold. You forget, it's a lot of gold.
At this stage in the game, I care much more about the cooldown, but...
Don't you care about both? You don't care about gold at all?
Nah, man. Okay. He's got 20,000 net worth. Like in the early game, you know, that's like a 10th of your net worth you're gaining, but in this stage, that's like a creep wave for him, so...
Monkey King getting very low just from Techie's mines, has to jump away. Luckily does have the Chen, so heals up a decent amount. When do you want to try to end this game as VP? Do you have to? Do you have the superior late game anyways, so you're okay with this pace? You just wait for the Roche, maybe?
Yeah, just wait for Roche, I think. You have a really good pickoff as well. OG's forced to play together, as you see here. Like Sumail, he's not survivable. He's forced to be near his team, which means they're not being efficient. You're probably getting more net worth per minute than they are. And you get this Lincoln's out on Quap, which they now have. It's just really hard for OG to take the fights that they want. He can Lincoln's up his troll as he runs through the high ground like this.
Oh, Seb.
Boss.
Whoa. Reza, will he just blink forward and even look for someone? Not quite yet. They're running away.
This is the get back in your base play. We're the sheepdogs. You're the sheep. Get out of here.
I will say this Radiance Ags Monkey King, pretty annoying. Continues to just push out these waves super easily. Jumps down. One of his statues come up, pretty easy. There's gonna be the pull. We have a silence going out, but Grimstroke brought in immediately. You do use a lot of ultis. Yeah. And his Roshan up, not quite yet. It may respawn in 5, so we'll know then.
They have the Techie's Ags inside the pit. By the way, this specific mine spot cannot be seen unless you are right on top of it.
Yeah.
It is this little nook and cranny that you can't see from inside the Roche pit, and you can't see it from outside. You have to walk right over it. So I can't imagine OG having any like feasible way to get inside that Roche pit without just blowing up.
And we'll see, because it does respawn in a minute. I assume once VP knows it's up, they will beeline straight towards it, and that's a decision. Does OG try to take the fight there? Probably not a good idea, but you might feel like it's top.
With the Yule's top.
He does, and he gets the call, as you said. There's a TP in. No one's there. There's going to be the silence. He does have a teleport. Can he make it? There's No, the Firefly wears off. He can't make it to the waterfall.
That's the nice part about this Jules, is it gives his team an extra 2.5 seconds to catch up to him when he finds these pickoffs. And it's also very hard to blink call a Batrider if he's got quick fingers, because the call does have a slight animation to it. On the other hand, Jules is instacast, and that just well itemized, well played. I'm thoroughly impressed. VP's already been looking good this entire tournament, and I thought they had some serious holes in their draft, and they've worked around them so well. And that to me speaks heaps and bounds. It's pretty straightforward. All they had to do was play their heroes normally, and they win the game. Every hero has like an ideal way that they want to play the game. In this game, because of this Batrider pick, because of this lone druid in the mid lane, things were not ideal. Queen of Pain spent the entire game rotating. Troll couldn't fight for at least the first 15 minutes of the game, and he had to rush that BKB, but they adjusted in the way that they had to. And it just goes to show like how the game has played out, right? It was even at 15 minutes into the game, and they navigated the part of the game where OG was supposed to be stronger, and now since they got past that part on even footing, they are looking good to go. I predicted a potential stop for OG, but man, VP has proven me wrong. I would love to see on Quap.
Quap or Troll, it feels like. We haven't seen on Troll. No, they're leaving it. Definitely don't give it to Rez.
Don't give it to
Please don't give it to Rez.
Rimstroke?
You're not a... the Dark Portrait?
Of who? I guess a Monkey King?
And then you get the Radiance.
Seems underwhelming compared to a 40-second...
Oh, tried to kill the bear with those vines there, but...
Queen of Pain hold on 40-second cooldown seems pretty nice.
It is. Oh, but speaking of Queen of Pain, the level 25, there's going to be the last one. He gets the BKB up, so it does still hold him, and they're holding in place. The edge should go off this time. They want to put into... Can they bring people down before the egg goes up? Doesn't feel like he does dodge, and Sumail ends up dying.
Here comes Troll.
83, they're running in, and yep, the Troll. Oh, God, Seth gets massacred down. He's running after the Phoenix. He can't control himself. And it's just going to be a kill on 33 as well. This seems to be the game. No buybacks on any of those three. If they know that, they can just end it, right? They don't even need the racks. They'll go for it.
You have a Troll Warlord with an Orbit Destruction.
They do go for it. Rezo's like, yo, I'm finding you. I'm definitely going to end it. And they do go for it. Maybe if OG sees it, they will still fight till the end, but this is the end. Wow. Virtus freaking pro, man.
They're looking like a pro team, I would say.
There's going to be the Blade Mail. The call might as well get a couple extra kills, you know, fountain camp them. Will they go in? Sox is like, nah, it's not over yet. With the buyback trying to defend the LOILTW, he's like, shut the hell up, I'm ending this.
I think OG made incredibly good adjustments in their draft this game, and I think VP just dissected them with, obviously they have, there's no excuse though, like VP just the better team in this series, period. Out drafted in the first game, even if it's an even draft, I don't really care. In the second game, they clearly had to make some cool, smart moves, and